Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. This will shoot you between the balls.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to... Wow, I almost said B action. Woo!
It's Monday.
It is a Monday of Mondays. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me tonight is Pete. Say hello, Pete.
Good evening, Mr. Charlie. Welcome to the Matrix.
Do we call it Pedioffs? It doesn't work with your name.
No,
And
not really.
Next to Pete is our other co-host, Anna. Say hello, Anna.
Hello, fellas. I'm coming in very confused tonight.
Oh,
I don't know what reality I'm in. If I'm in the Matrix, it feels like the Matrix. Let's be real. The where we are at now in the world.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like we're in the Matrix a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of always feel like that. And the person who picked this movie that we are covering tonight, Nate. Where the hell's Nate?
Nate.
I thought y'all got a hold of him.
Did you not unplug his ass?
Oops.
You got to go unplug him.
I gotta go. I didn't get the instruction manual. Why don't you share these things with me?
We have a group chat that you started, and it's in there. There was
Yeah.
like a
Phone?
whole
I don't read everything.
It's like an IKEA instruction thing. You got the
Wasn't
Allen
hired
wrench.
to read.
You
I was
got the
hired
picture
to
of
read.
Nate. It's a pod, not a toilet. So yep. Unfortunately, Nate picked this movie, but he is unable to be here with us tonight.
Ugh.
So we will, I guess, wing it because he picked a movie that we are doing what we're calling Banger March.
Yeah,
We're doing The Matrix right after we just did Scream.
dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jesus.
Wow.
Coming
Talk
in
about just
hot, you guys.
home runs all month. I mean, I loved my picks in February, but
Yes.
these are undeniably
Yeah.
seminal films, must watches.
For sure.
100%. So I got trailers. Yes, I said plural. Because the regular trailer for this is right when I think this movie started it. Hey, we don't have to pay a voiceover guy. Just play the kick-ass music that's in the movie, and we'll put words across the screen. And every once in a while, Keanu will say, "Whoa." Yeah, that's pretty much what the full trailer is. But I found a TV spot. I found a VHS promo. So here we go. This is what's going to warm us up, and we will get into The Matrix.
Human beings are a disease, and we are the cure. Now,
So you're here to save the world.
everything you know about reality,
So what do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
everything you believe about the future,
Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
will be a thing of the past.
No one can be told what the Matrix is.
Whoa.
You have to see it for yourself.
The Matrix.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
When you're ready, you won't have to.
Critics are calling The Matrix the most eye-popping and imaginative movie of the year. The definition of cool. This film totally rocks Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne,
Unbelievable, isn't it?
The Matrix. Look for it on DVD and video cassette.
Yeah, 1999. VHS was still a thing.
Right.
DVD.
It's crazy to think about.
Pete's got his shades. Unfortunately, Pete, I'm not doing video tonight, so it's
I went and got my
Sorry.
prop, and you
Pete,
even
you
the
totally
cool-
look like an agent, though. You could pull it off, dude.
He
Yeah, I
does
got the
look like
bald.
an agent.
Hold on, I
Yeah.
gotta take a picture of this since
Yeah, okay,
Charlie's
well,
not doing video.
I'm doing video next week. Okay, it's like I was allowed to not have to do it every episode. Okay,
Fine.
I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be
It's fine.
fine. You can just record off your phone. You can do video on your phone and just record us.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you can do that too. It's totally fine. All right. So yes, we are doing 1999's The Matrix. One of what I consider a milestone movie in cinema that you have like these markers usually in generations. And a lot of times it's like sometimes it's just divided by a decade. You got your movies from the 70s, the 80s, you know, the 90s where it got a little muddier, you know, like Jurassic Park is like one of the seminal
Yes.
90s movies, you know, T2, but The Matrix shifted the entire movie making industry. You know, I mean, it really kind of turned it on its heel, kind of like what we talked about with Scream. Scream reinvigorated an entire genre when it comes to horror and opened up a whole new Pandora's box, kind of with some of the movies we got after Scream. But The Matrix, people finally went, oh, we can think outside of the box.
Mhm.
And it's really good. So let's get into our histories with this. Anna, let's start with you. I hope you have history with The Matrix, but I'm
I
not
do.
sure. Okay.
I definitely remember watching this as a kid. I was actually telling Dad today that I remember when the third one came out, I won tickets to see it off
Cool.
off the radio. You know how they'll do the giveaways and stuff.
Hey,
So
folks, ask your
yeah.
hey kids, ask your grandma about radio contests.
I have won so much stuff off the radios places around here. Yeah, I won tickets to see Robert Plant and Crosby, Stills and Nash. Like,
Wow.
I was pretty good at that for many years.
That's good.
Anyway, so I was telling Dad I won tickets to see the third one, but I honestly don't think I have seen these movies since because 99 I was 10. Like that, it was a little bit above my head. I feel like I just feel like I didn't get it. And so I just never, I honestly have not watched it since. And I am still a little confused, like I said, about some of the plot and stuff. But as far as everything else goes, yes, this was a treat. And I watched it with my dad, and he actually had never seen it either. I feel like this was a first time watch again, too. I was like, hey, you want to watch The Matrix? He was like, sure, I've never seen it. I was like, oh, well, I kind of feel like I haven't either. So we're going to watch it together.
Great.
And he had fun with it,
enough.
too. Keanu was primo.
Well,
Yeah. You know, is there never I was going to say peak Keanu, but is there ever a not peak Keanu even now? I don't think there is.
He's a national treasure. He must be
I
protected at all
agree.
costs.
Yeah.
He's
I mean-
a good human being.
He's a good human being. On
Yeah.
top
He
of being
truly is.
really good at what he does.
Which
Yeah.
means we're living in the Matrix because no one
Absolutely.
can be that good.
I know.
No one can be. Pete, what about you, brother? What's your history with The Matrix?
Yeah, so I saw it in the theater. It's this, like you were saying, Charlie, this is one of those, I don't want to say tent pole movies, but this is one to build just movie history on. You've got things that hit you upside the head that you weren't expected. Jaws is one of them. Poltergeist might be one of them. Things that really hit the mainstream and really dug its claws into the zeitgeist of film goers. To this day, The Matrix is referenced, is paid homage to. Cartoons, animated films, just regular. We see bullet time all the time in movies anymore. It's not uncommon, and they did it first. And watching it for the first time in, like you, Anna, in a very long time, I did see some of the flaws in the CG, but I would never have seen that in 99. I would never have seen any of those flaws in 99. And so I just did what I did when I watched my Godzilla movies. I don't care. These guys did it first. This is a must see. It's in the National Registry for film as well.
Yeah.
It deserves to be. This Jurassic Park, just these movies literally that made me go, wow, what am I what am I seeing? I'm living in a very special time where I'm able to see, like, maybe the first time, what was that? The very first film when there was a train coming right at you and people would scream in the theater because they thought a train was coming right at them. Or maybe the first time you heard a talkie, or the first time you saw color on the big screen. Wizard of Oz, for example.
Yeah.
What an integration of old and new technology, and this did all of that. It man, it I can't say enough good things about this movie.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I like Pete, I saw this in the theater. I mean, this is 1999. I think I had just moved to Ohio, and this was just like one of those things. I think I took my little cousin to go see, and it's all anyone could talk about. Like, the second this movie was even announced, it was the big next buzz thing. Nobody really kind of knew what they were in store for, and I remember sitting in that theater just jaw dropped.
Mhm.
I love my action movies, but I also love sci-fi, and when those two mix, it's a fantastic time for Charlie. You know, great sci-fi, great action. And this one, by the time the credits are rolling, you're just like, holy shit, what did I just experience? I need to go watch it again.
Yeah.
I need to answer questions I have. I need to, what did I actually think I saw as compared to what did I really see? And the last time I had felt that was like when I watched Virtuosity, which we covered, you know, seeing all that digital, you know, 3-dimension virtual reality stuff on screen, and you're just like, oh, this is peak humanity right here. We have reached the pinnacle. Thank you, Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington. You will never be topped. And then what, 3 years later, 2 years later, Keanu said, whoa. And we were all saying, whoa, with Keanu Reeves in this movie.
And like you said, Joe, at the end of this movie, you're thinking about it. It digs into your brain, like that thing did when it went into his belly button.
I don't think that's how belly buttons work.
I don't think so either. No. But yeah, it really makes you think, much like Total Recall.
Yeah.
At the very end of that movie, you sit there and decompress. You're like, what? Okay, I got to think about this. Hold on. The Substance. There's another good one where you just sat there and you had to take a deep breath and kind of process it all, because it's such a big bite that you can't possibly chew it all in one sitting. You gotta sit back, you gotta digest it, you gotta enjoy it. And there's so much with this movie that people have built on. The copy I got from the library had a philosopher's commentary track, and I didn't have a chance to listen to it, but I did flip over in the middle of the movie in a slow point, and they are philosophizing for sure. Like
big words.
Big words. He wasn't following none of it.
I mean, dude, people have written, I'd say papers, but honestly, it's
sure.
more like
Oh, yeah.
books, and how this is like a version of some type of religion, how this is an allegory for even Christianity.
Oh,
or
100%.
Anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. I'm going guy in computer, minigun on a helicopter. I want that religion. Give it to me. That's my religion. You know, I will take that. And you're also at the end of it going, whoa, that story was just, whoa, he's the one. Wait, did he just have a minigun and shoot around Morpheus into 3 guys in a high rise and not hit Morpheus? That was badass. You know, that's the action part of my brain, just trying to comprehend what I just saw on screen. And yeah, I finally got this on Blu-ray for this recording because I've owned it on DVD forever. And as Nate we were talking about in the chat, he goes, yeah, the one that's ripped from the VHS. And I went, yeah, it's pretty shitty. So I watched it on Blu-ray today. I didn't realize 90% of the movie's in a green filter. I never saw that on any of my televisions or anything growing up. And then I read that, oh yeah, we did that to make it look like you're watching it through a computer screen, like the old
an old
green
EGA or VGA
Yeah.
CRT. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, like it's in your face when you watch it on high def now. Like I was
Yeah.
just like blown. There's a 4K out now, and I can't imagine what that would look like. I'm good with my Blu-ray, but I was like, holy shit, this movie held up. Yeah. So like I could find 3 digital effect things that didn't quite stand up to now.
Yeah, I
Like
don't care.
the EMP when it first goes off was literally looks like it's animated, not CG animated.
yeah?
It looked drawn and animated. Everything else looks cool. And that's just that early, they're breaking ground.
They
And
invented cameras for this movie. This is all brand new technology.
yeah. Have you seen I saw the meme not long ago, but it was how they did Keanu and Trinity dodging the bullets, and it was dudes in green suits holding green boards, and they're leaned up against it.
I saw
and
that,
it,
yeah.
And so it says underneath it goes, a little bit of the magic just left, admit it. And I'm like, yeah.
I don't want to see it.
just a little bit, knowing that it was kind of that simple. And then how they just elevate, because like you said, bullet time wasn't a thing till now. Now it's done to death, and y'all can fucking stop. Okay, every movie doesn't need bullet time. Pixar doesn't need bullet time. Okay, we don't need it in every movie. But this one I'd never seen it done well. I'm sure there's plenty of movies out there that were like
Speed Racer did it real well.
Before this?
The cartoon. Because at the very beginning, the
animated. You might as well say Akira did it well. Because he did. Because someone sat there and drew all of the little hash marks and dots and da-da-das.
Well, no, at the very beginning of Speed Racer, he spins around his car. Anyway.
Hey, I got the car.
Hey, kids, ask your grandparents about Speed Racer.
He is on a Speed Racer kick right now. He shared this in the group. He wants to cover the movie. Nate was and me, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I can get behind this one or not. There's plenty of other car movies. Anna, she's like, I'm just here.
I don't care. I saw that in theater, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't. I just can't. It's a little too anime for me. Just a little
very anime. Live action anime. Yeah, you did it, Charlie.
Well, Matrix, they did this for $63 million.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Drop in the bucket.
What
wow.
Fucking huge.
So do you have like the numbers of that day? How big of a budget was it for 99?
I didn't do it to change it, but I did. Opening weekend was almost 28 million in the United States and Canada, but gross worldwide when it was all said and done was $468 million off of a $63 million budget in 1999.
Uh-huh.
Like there's no social media marketing. I'm sure there's some good money in marketing, but it's just nuts. It's just nuts. And this is like the start of Keanu being the good humanitarian, where like he give like all the stunt guys, like all these cool gifts and extra money, because he's like, I don't need it. It's fine. They gave me this. I'll share it. You guys made me look awesome. So we're going
right.
to
spread the love.
Exactly. And he still does it now. When he knocks out a John Wick movie, it's always about the stunt guys.
That was a lot of fun to see. Like you could see he brought some of Neo into John Wick.
100%. It's so different.
Every once in a while he's running around with 2 guns. I'm like, there's John Wick.
And then he does the fights and I'm like, these fights are cool, but damn, John Wick just does them better for some reason. It's more kinetic in the John Wick movies. And this one's, like he's slowed down, he's gliding through the air and kicks a guy and the guy flies. John Wick, I feel like he literally broke someone's nose.
Yeah.
And he's got the skull fracture or something.
He had more experience, of course, in action movies in John Wick era. So was this his first like action movie? When was Point Break?
Point Break was one of his earlier ones. It was like 91, but then he also did Speed.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, he wasn't really fighting in Speed.
No, but a lot of running.
Yeah.
He pulled the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible thing where he runs a whole lot in there. But and yeah, I like Keanu. Oh wow,
Sorry.
the cats are pissed.
Dude, sorry.
We're talking good about Keanu, guys. Calm down.
They're
It's
coming
all
to
good.
attack, yeah.
They're getting excited about Keanu also.
Dad just hollered. Hey.
But I like when Keanu doesn't just get stuck doing one thing. Yeah, we make the joke about the woes and stuff like that, but he did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He was in Point Break. Keanu's just kind of always been there.
He was the asshole bad guy in The Gift we talked about on the anniversary episode on our movie trivia.
Yeah.
The Sam Raimi movie. He was a total prick in that movie.
I mean, to me, I think he's got way more range than I think people want to get. Once you see it, they can't deny it, but I don't think people just want to. They want to keep him as
in a box.
Surfer. Yeah, Surfer Boy. That he did a movie about surfing. Okay, guys, get over it. Patrick Swayze was in there. He didn't get pigeonholed as a surfer guy, so leave him alone. It's totally fine. Well, let's talk about The Matrix now. This, like we've talked about with other movies, that deal with cyber things and the internet. We did Hackers. We've done a few other, movies that touch on Brain Scan. This one felt more, because the other ones where I didn't experience that stuff, this was also the point where I first was able to get on the internet. I knew what AOL was. I knew what, dial up and all this other stuff. I had more of an understanding of it. So this whole opening where he's like the hacker, they never say what he's actually doing or what he gave those people on that disc or why it was worth $2,000. I'm like, I'm sure, you could download music for a lot cheaper than $2,000 on some kind of little mini disc type thing. But, it felt very dirty, very grungy, and, it felt real. It's just weird. You're talking about the Matrix. It's this opening part where you're introduced to who he is without really knowing anything about this character. The way they contact him through the computer. We've all seen the, somebody's talking to someone on a computer and just runs across your, screen. Hey, wake up. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. We had chat rooms back in the day, but I feel like it was a lot harder to talk to someone through the computer. Beat your IT. How's that shit work?
We were still in 99. Jeez. So yeah, you had cable modems starting about then. That's when you could do some online gaming. But you could only do cable modems in areas that supplied the coax. So it's usually we went through Roadrunner way back in the day. And let me tell you what a cool thing that was, because our neighbors had Roadrunner. We had Roadrunner. We played Diablo in two different buildings because they were up the street a little bit.
Wave of the future.
Yeah. It's way better than the old LAN parties, let me tell you.
Man.
Yeah, you had DSL. You still had dial-up. You still had 56K modems. People who couldn't afford those 28 baud modems. So yeah, it was things moved at a slower pace back then, but they were certainly speeding up.
Yeah.
You could do some research on a vacation online if the area you were going to had pictures and information. So yeah, 99. I think it felt like their 1999, because the movie takes place in 1999, but it's really like 2199 or something. It felt like they were maybe a tick ahead of where we were in reality at that time.
It does.
Just a tick, not a whole lot. Like they had different media. I don't know what he handed them. It looked like a very early version of a thumb drive or a mini disc or something.
I thought it looked like a lot like a mini disc that came in those little cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't want to scratch those.
Yeah, that's what supported it. I know you're talking about like how fast things were. I still laugh at Jackie because she gets so impatient with internet now. When something doesn't happen, she sits there and hits the enter button, moves the mouse around 1,000 times, and I'm like, wait, give it a second. I don't want. I'm like, you remember back in the day, right? Like you could walk away, go fix you some lunch, come back. It might be downloaded, or it may say 365 million days for that file to get moved over.
Yeah, you get that one, that one picture you were looking for, and it goes doot, and you get a little more, and finally you get a little nipple, and then
That's what I was about to say. How was downloading porn back then, Pete? But slow and steady wins the race.
I was patient. I was a patient man back then. I had to be. I sat in front of the cable box, hitting the back button on the TV channel. Every once in a while, you catch a little bush.
I was going to say he's sitting there downloading the picture while thumbing through a Playboy. That's pretty much how that.
Yeah, we had hard copies back then.
That's his pregame. Yeah,
that's my pregame.
Wow. That's Anna, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I like this opening. I also forgot like the action, real action. I know we get the Trinity thing early on where she's fighting the agents and stuff, and it's really cool. You don't, the first time you watch it, you don't really know what's going on. You're like, am I watching a superhero movie? Like she dives through a fucking window across one building to another, rolls, and you're just like, okay, she's Superwoman. Why are we running away from these guys? She looks cool. She's like, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Just get this out of the way. I am not attracted to Carrie Ann Moss.
Thank you. I am not also.
I think she's pretty, but not in the bondage way.
I am not saying she is unattractive, and
also agree.
Not but usually in movies I'm used to watching, there's the babe, and you're watching this, and it's like she's supposed to be the love interest of Neo, and I'm just sitting there going, no, bro, not for this.
She never did it for me. She's tall, I think, isn't she?
She feels like she's fairly, but she's wearing heels
tall, and she's got great eyes. But yeah, it's just I was never
did anything.
Never
for
a
me.
thing. Never a thing for me.
Just wanted to put that out there because other than that, I like Trinity in here. I like her character. She's a badass. Oh, there's no women badasses in movies.
She was a badass.
She was like one of the OGs. If you're not considering like horror or Final Girls, anything like that, as far as action's concerned, no, she came in kicking ass, literally.
Yeah. She's literally there with Sigourney and Linda Hamilton and all those women beforehand. It was like, y'all keep forgetting about Trinity in this.
Yeah, what part did Daryl Hannah play in Blade Runner? She was a badass. She wasn't a hero, but
she was a replicant. But
her fight scenes are something else.
She had that very gymnastic scene in there, almost kind of like Gymkata, where she's just spinning around doing all the cartwheels and flips and kicks and all that stuff. It's cool. I liked her makeup in that one. She's got that very punk, vibrant. Why are we talking about Blade Runner? We're talking about Matrix.
You can't not talk about the Matrix without talking about Blade Runner, because they're both this emo cyberpunk sort of worlds, future dystopian. They're both very lived in worlds. Heavy sci-fi. These movies are both heavy sci-fi. There's only one joke told in the Matrix, and that's when Keanu went, whoa. And that's it. There's nothing. Everything else is very serious. It's very straightforward. Their world building, it's heavy sci-fi, and we don't get to see a lot of real heavy sci-fi even anymore. It's all way too action or way too much comedy that you don't get. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me. I haven't seen a lot of great, real, straight down the middle sci-fi.
Well, they've done them, but no one goes and watches them because you get movies like Cloud Atlas, Jupiter Ascending, I think is what it's called. Then you get things like Valerian. They're great sci-fi movies that no one fucking went and watched.
Well, I'm a part of that group.
I highly recommend watching Valerian.
Okay.
That movie is fantastic. That's all. Also the guy that did Fifth Element. Can't think of his name right now.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. But Matrix, you've got it nailed right there, Pete, is just the vibe of this entire cityscape. The quotation Matrix is, and I like that it's either dark or it's bright ass daytime. There is no in between when it comes to that, because you have those scenes in the, like when they're on the sidewalks or in the office buildings. It's basically just going like, it is daylight outside. That is all we need to know. And then everything, like when it's everyone dressed in leather and doing, sneaky things, it is dark. It should be raining. If
raining,
it's not, but I'll tell you what, my favorite thing in this movie, and I saw it again today, I fucking love that Lincoln Continental they are driving in the Matrix.
That's pretty dope.
That is, Pete, do you know who else drove one of those cars and what made that car famous?
Shaft?
No, not Shaft. I don't know if Shaft drove one.
Oh, I don't know.
No, this should be right up your alley. Is the Green Hornet, man.
Oh,
Black
the Green
Beauty.
Hornet. I missed that TV show. It was on just a little. It was never in its syndication when I was a kid.
Black Beauty, man. Suicide Doors and all. I fucking love it. Yeah, I am not going to try and explain the plot of this movie.
Really?
So,
Man, that's where I'm struggling. I need some assistance, y'all.
Anna, well, why don't you tell me what you struggled with and let me see if I can help.
So basically the Matrix is not real. Like, is that
the Matrix is real, but the reality that the Matrix has created isn't.
So the Matrix created the reality where they extracted Neo from?
Yes.
Okay, why?
So early on, maybe not early on, but when they get Neo out and they give the backstory, so the Matrix is AI.
Right, I got that.
Okay, so AI went rogue, and I think even Morpheus said something like, no one knows who struck first, but AI stopped it. And now the AI, or all the robots in the world, Terminators,
basically.
I did have that thought a few times. I was like, this kind of seems like the Terminator.
They've collected all the humans in the world, and they've created batteries out of them. Because they give off electrical impulses in their brains, and they give off heat from their bodies.
And that's why they're in those pod things.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and
think about
Neo
whenever...
was ejected because they sent a signal to his pod saying he had died. So they were cleaning that pod. They literally flushed him down the toilet.
Yeah.
So that the next baby could be placed in there.
So they tell us that the robots were basically powered by the sun. We did nuclear shit like we normally do as humans.
Yeah.
Right.
And we
Turn the sun off.
scorched the earth by doing that, we turned off the sun. And then they went, shit, we need double A's, which is why they keep calling Neo a copper top.
Copper top. Yeah.
He's a Duracell battery, which it's fair for a lot of people that watch this movie now that didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s to be like, what the fuck is a copper top?
A copper top?
Right, yeah.
That was in every commercial Pete and I grew up with.
Hell, I worked at Duracell, and like part of our building was called Copper Top. It's
Copper top.
still a phrase.
And it's a subtle thing of, like Cypher calling him a copper top.
Yeah,
and
they don't wink at the camera or nothing.
No, nothing like that. But basically, yeah, you're lined up with a bunch of other double A's, and you are powering all of the machines, their entire infrastructure. That's why they're farming us. Like, we're not created through the ways Pete likes. We are basically test tube babies, and we grow. We are fed a liquid diet, and when your body can no longer produce that stuff, you're flushed, and then they feed you back to the next cycle. You're fed back to
the bodies are collected and processed and fed back to the babies. I don't know if you caught that. That was super gross.
And they're trying to find the one who can be the one to take this everything down.
Yeah, the one was prophesized. There was a former the one, I guess.
Yes, there was a one before. Yeah.
And when he passed away, it was prophesized that there would be another one, and that turns out to be Neo.
Right. Okay.
And it's a heavy Christianity They make all sorts of references to the Bible and
They said Jesus and God a
a lot.
bunch in this movie.
Yeah.
A bunch.
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah.
to drive that home.
Well,
Mhm.
and Neo is an anagram of the one.
The one.
You
the
know,
one. Mhm.
it's in your face, but for some reason this one works where I don't feel like I'm being beat over the head with it.
Yeah.
It's still compelling enough. Now, start watching the other ones. They don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore, and then they beat you over the head with lore that doesn't make sense.
Mm.
And you're just kind of like, yeah, these movies look awesome, but as far as plot and substance, that you should have stopped at the Matrix.
They really should have.
You could have ended that movie right with him doing his thing at the end,
And that's it.
and never done
Pencils
another
down.
one.
Done. And
Yeah.
you could have had all sorts of books written afterwards, maybe animated.
Sure.
Well, they did have animated. They had the Animatrix,
They
which
did
was
the
very, very
Animatrix.
cool. Strong recommend.
But it made almost $400 million profit. So, of course, they're going to be like, sequel. We need a sequel now.
You are the product of your success, and
It's a shame. It's a real. I remember going to see the second one in the theater and just going, what? None of this is right.
And it
And
led.
I haven't seen the other two. So
Well, and number 2 literally ends on "Wait till you see part 3," and you're just
Yeah.
like,
And
so
I
now I
don't
have
want
to
to see
wait
it.
even longer, and I haven't watched the newest one. I still haven't.
Nope.
To me, I was like, this doesn't need to happen whatsoever.
This is kind of like Indiana Jones. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah, but
There's only one Matrix, frankly.
I love the idea. If you sit here, you're going to be able to poke holes into all of this. It's like, what is the end game for AI? It's utterly, they're just existing
To exist.
They
Yeah.
need us to exist. It's not like they got jobs and families and little baby robots that they're trying to make sure they can send to college and all this other stuff. It's
expensive.
Basically, they've turned the world into its own machine. It's just to keep going, the perpetual type energy type
They're
thing.
not doing anything any other living thing doesn't do. They're
Right.
surviving. They're
And
living
they-
their best lives.
And they talk about like how when they first did the Matrix, people couldn't understand what a perfect utopia was because
They
tried
couldn't
to be.
accept. They couldn't
Yeah.
accept it. I really thought that was interesting. That
I like that little bit of a nugget right there because he's like, we tried to be nice to you guys. We gave you everything we thought you wanted, and
Mhm.
apparently you guys aren't wired that way, which is what I keep telling people because they're all like, we should do this. I'm like, we're not wired for that. You can do whatever you want to end wars and end this. We'll figure out a way to bring it back. We've
Mhm.
done it many times over and over
Yeah.
again.
We'll fuck it up somehow. I promise.
Yeah, someone's gonna get
we'll figure out-
mad.
Yeah.
And so, you ever been to an HOA? That is enough to enrage people, which means they're going to murder someone, and we're right back to square one in our
Yep.
little utopia. That's what utopia is, people. One giant HOA. So get it out of your
Fuck
head.
that.
We're
Fuck
done with any of that. So
I do love Agent Smith's whole expose toward the end when he's talking to Morpheus. How you were just
Yeah.
saying, Charlie, that
it's
we created a
glorious.
world and you guys couldn't accept it. It was perfect. You were all happy. You wanted for nothing and you couldn't accept it and you tried to escape. And so we made a world that was very real from where you were. And I think my favorite, the favorite part of that whole speech he gave was how he related humans to a virus instead of a mammal. All you do is take, and you don't give anything back. You're a virus.
and
in the
it's
theater,
true.
It's
in
so
the theater
true.
blew my fucking mind. I'm like, oh my God, we are awful. We are the plague of the earth.
There are some aspects of this film that are even more true now than they were
Mhm.
in 99.
Oh, 100%. But I tell you what, Agent Smith, he's up there with some of the top villains in cinema. I absolutely
Elrond's
love.
cadence is terrifying without screaming ever.
And knowing he's a machine, a program, I never not believe he can fight. Like when he fights Neo, multiple times, I just feel like he can hold his own because he's a program. He's a machine. I'm not watching, Hugo Weaving and being like, yeah, that dude can't fight like that. that's not how I can't believe that he needs to be a bigger guy. No, I never feel like I like that the nice guys in this, the big guys, are Tank and Dozer, and they don't fight. They're on the ship. And
They
I
were my
dig that
faves.
so much. I love Tank and Dozer.
Tank was adorable. I just
I
want to
know.
hug him.
Off.
I know.
Want to hug him
Pisses
so
me
much.
off
He
that
started
Dozer
tearing up.
dies.
Yeah, that hurt. That
I
hurt.
know. He played it good.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't mind the other blonde girl. I can't remember what her name was. Stick
Switch.
something. Switch. I knew it was an S.
She was called Switch because she was
Swanson.
supposed to be a transgender. She was supposed to be male in the real world and female in the Matrix.
Oh.
That's why they called her Switch.
Hey, fun fact. When you just said Hugo Weaving's name, it like rang a little bell. His niece is Samara Weaving.
Yeah.
One of the new Scream Queens. Yeah, who was in Ready or
Really?
Not. She was in
Yeah.
Scream 6. God, what else
Yeah.
has she been in?
Ready or
the
Not. Was-
the
that's a banger.
babysitter. Yeah, it's a banger. The babysitter.
Ah, the
I believe.
babysitter. Yeah, the babysitter was great. Oh, how much fun that was.
She's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. That rang
Yeah.
that like rang a little like IMDb bell in my head.
Well, for me, this is also, like Cypher is, Joey Pants. Joey Pantaleone. And
Yeah.
watching the Bad Boy movies and was it The Fugitive and U.S. Marshals, where he's with Tommy Lee Jones. He's part of their team. I always like that guy. And then whenever he turns out to be a turncoat in this, you're kind of like, oh, not
He's
Joey
so
Pants.
good at it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's so good at
good.
it.
So
I hate
good.
that son of a bitch.
Well, Nate has requested, because unfortunately he wasn't able to be here, but he has a very, very important question that he has never been able to figure out. And since we're talking about Joey Pants, Cypher in this, I figured out what the answer to his question was. And his question was, how did he get out of the Matrix to talk to the agents? Because he's sitting there eating the steak and he's talking to,
Oh, interesting.
It was a flashback.
No, it's happening real time. It's happening real time.
Somebody had to plug him in because you can't plug yourself in.
So I found out that this was a question that was asked a lot after the movie came out, and the Wachowskis, that's how you say it,
Yep.
right? It's
Yeah, I think that's right. Wachowskis. Yeah.
the Wachowski sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters.
Yep.
Okay. I have to remind myself too. I'm not perfect, but I do try to remember. But the Wachowski sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. So it's Cypher has the meeting with Agent Smith, and he's eating the steak and everything, and everyone
God, that steak
has
looked good, didn't it?
Oh God, it did. Put me back in the Matrix.
He said it perfectly. Ignorance is bliss.
Is
is.
that the kind of meal I get in the Matrix?
And
Sign my ass up.
That's a little bit of the religious aspect, because you think you do something so heinous and bad, you're going to go to hell. But if you got plugged back in and you can't remember anything,
yeah,
did you do anything bad?
Yeah.
Do you go to hell if you believe in that stuff? I mean, there's a lot of,
yes,
like, you could write a whole paper on just that right there and really just dig into some theological stuff. But anyway, back to Nate's going nuts listening to this. Early, answer the question.
Get distracted.
We're gonna get pinged on Slack. I was like, God damn it, answer that
That's
question.
fine.
Squirrel.
So, yeah, exactly. So anyway, commercial. No, I won't do that.
Don't. Just answer him.
You want a war?
Oh
Well,
no,
you
you're really
got it
going.
right
Fuck.
after
Sorry,
this.
Nate. I tried, buddy.
All right, Paul. So I think it's time we, made a trailer.
Do we have to?
Like, people keep asking, so we're gonna deliver.
Well, what are we supposed to do in this damn trailer?
We're just gonna talk about shit we do here. We theme our months, right? Like, what do we?
I mean, I know we've done stuff like musicals and animation months and creature features, all sorts of stuff, but is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's something kind of like that. Then I'm probably gonna sit there and tell people, we're on all social medias. We're on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and it's all under Flicks and Friends podcast.
Yeah, I guess so, if they're not tired of hearing that by now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that'll work. Should we press record?
Yeah, let's press record right now.
Sharks of the Corn? Virus shark? Cocaine shark? Sharktopus? Yeah, Those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
I didn't come here to talk. Lucky for you, they did.
Sorry, Nate. You can skip.
He's
ahead
not
of
sorry.
that.
Don't listen to him. He knew what he was doing.
I'm sure he skipped ahead. Like, son of a bitch! Hit
Charlie was howling with laughter. It was
I
great.
was dying. So was Pete.
Hey,
That
you
is
hear
the
that?
only one.
You hear that, Flicks and Bucket of Chum? Nate skipped over your ads just to
Yeah.
get past them.
Yep. Didn't even care about it. So a lot of people have asked how did Cypher get out of there? Because you do, like Pete said, you have to have an operator to connect you, get you a line to come back. Well, there's a scene in the movie afterwards that Cypher is sitting in front of the code on these screens, and Neo walks up behind him, and Cypher jumps like, oh shit. Oh, hey, it's you. And Keanu looks at the screen going, kind of like, what are you looking at? And he goes, well, I'm looking at the Matrix. He goes, it's just a bunch of numbers. He goes, well, to me, I can see everything. It's too much information to make a picture. So I could, like, that's a blonde, that's a brunette, that's a redhead, making out like he's watching porn. The Wachowskis did a Q&A, and they answered this fairly quickly. Like, this answer's been out there for a while. They went, he was scared because he thought Neo could read code and would have saw he was writing a program to allow him to go in and out easily. Because the one thing to remember, because he's on the agent's side, he doesn't have to hide where he's jumping out of and getting back in, because they're not chasing him at the moment. So he can make it super easy to hook up to a line, get in, talk, and the program would bring him back out and wake him back up. So if he did it when everyone's asleep or something like that, he could have easily went, had the meeting, and got back out. So that is straight from the Wachowskis. That
Interesting.
That is how it's what everyone's kind of considered the big loophole or the plot hole of the movie, is how did he do that? Because someone would have had to been helping him at the minimum.
Yeah.
But no, he was writing a code, and once he realized Neo couldn't read that code, he was like, oh, and then he gets him the drink.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, we're doing, we're buddies, we're doing all this other stuff. He got away with it, but he was literally writing the code at that moment. So there you go, Nate. Straight from the Wachowskis. That answers your big question you've actually wondered, and it took me 30 seconds on Google to do it. So just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying, type the question in Google, bro. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's totally fine. Totally fine. I love the fights in this thing, man. This was an excellent blend of martial arts and the way that they kind of, you don't get a Mary Sue moment with this where it's just like, all of a sudden, he knows Kung Fu. It's literally, I downloaded it because we deal with computer programs, and it makes sense that it's just this.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
just
file.
data. Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
That was
data.
I thought that was
down.
cool. That was
I
pretty
love
cool.
it.
It pays off later in the movie when Trinity downloads the
pilot,
The
the
helicopter.
The
That
pilot,
was
yeah,
so
right.
dope. Even Dad laughed at that. He was like, that'd come in handy. I was like, yeah, no kidding, right? Quick
No,
answer.
I need to change his thermostat.
There you go,
Yeah,
Charlie.
I definitely could have used that today. But but they sell it so well, because even Neo is like, "Can you fly that?" And she's like, "Give me a minute." And then he he goes, "Oh yeah, we
can do that.
I could have flown it. Why do I need you to fly?" But he's he's a gentleman. He's like, "Sure, you can."
Let the
you
lady
can fly
do
the
it. She's
helicopter.
more experienced at this stuff than he is at this present moment.
He's going, "I get the minigun," which is exactly what Charlie would have
Yeah,
done.
that's pretty good.
That was
Yes, I brought
so
up the minigun 3
awesome.
times in this episode. It's that when the action starts, like I watching it today, realizing it's a solid hour of good action, a lot of exposition, couple of fights, cat and mouse kind of things. Training with Morpheus is cool.
Yes, very.
Because you're getting a lot of visuals added on to things. You're getting a very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but
Yep.
done sci-fi when I was totally down for that. But then it's like at like the hour 10 mark, basically when they're like, I'm gonna need a lot of guns. That's
What a line. What a great line.
Just
what do you need? Guns.
And honestly, this is when the movie earns its R rating too, because I still have a hard time believing this is an R-rated movie until it gets to the part where they're literally killing people. And I still watch this going, technically those people are innocent.
Yeah, they're still killing them.
Technically, you're on a murder spree, even though, they're batteries. Yeah, are they really people?
Oh God!
When you know the truth, which also opens up like, look,
please don't go down.
No,
that way.
I'm going. Too
Oh,
late.
shit.
Floodgates open. So the whole thing is for Neo to free people from the Matrix. Just stop the Matrix or make the Matrix work for them. I'm still not 100% sure if you watch the other movies. The fuck are you going to do with however many billion people that don't know how to walk, don't know how to see? Where are you going to put them? What are you going to do? Like, do you kill everyone and start with the people that you've unplugged? Like, is that the goal? Is that why you don't mind shooting them in this movie? I get that they are a vessel for the agents, which is their justification, because anyone that can see us can become an agent. Bang, you're dead. Now you can't be an agent. Haha, I win. But ultimately, the big goal, you're like, do you want everyone that's been created to die? And then I forget what the name of the
Zion,
and just let creation start from Zion, because as we learn in the other movies, there are quite a few people and families, and it's like, so do you start from, is that ground zero and now you start humanity, or do you reintegrate all of the people that you say you want to free?
The plan isn't sound. The plan has,
it's not.
It's like, 1, get underwear. 2, I don't know. 3, profit.
Morpheus is the underpants gnome. That is exactly what it is. 1, get Neo. 2, I don't know. 3, freedom. I just however it gets from A to B, it doesn't matter what's in the middle of that. I don't know. And that's just the thing. That's me watching this movie. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. And it's just being able to see another layer to it and another angle of how you're going to interpret it. Again, like I said, so many people have done it. I have not looked into it a whole lot. I do know that supposedly, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's a lady that basically wrote The Matrix and Terminator before those movies came out.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't know that.
She's gone on plenty of talk shows. You can actually find like clips of her talking and she straight up just like Neo is Jesus Christ, and that's why there's a lot of parallels between AI with the Terminators. And so there's this muddiedness of who came up with what. And I'm not here to figure it out. I'm just putting it out there in case someone wants to look into it, that these ideas are a lot older than the 90s and even, late 80s. So do with that what you will. So again, I don't know how to describe the Matrix other than just talking about cool shit that happens in this movie. What's cool shit in this movie you want to talk about, Pete?
One of the fun facts that I found when they were downloading all the kung fu into Neo's brain, they said jujitsu and it said tai chi and it said something, and one of them that popped up was drunken boxer.
Drunken boxing. I saw that too.
Now, the fight coordinator was also the fight coordinator on Jackie Chan's original 1970 or something. Yeah. The original, the OG Drunken Master. So yeah. he had done that, and I think he even, with all the wire work that he did for the Matrix, he brought that back to China, and he did work on things like Crouching Dragon, Hidden Tiger. Oh, Hidden. I say that backwards?
Crouching
Said that.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Thank you.
Not only was it drunken boxing, it's drunken Pete.
I'm not drunk tonight.
His name says not bleat, so that we're safe.
There is always a trace of alcohol in his bloodstream.
It never fully leaves my body, does it?
I refuse to ever believe there's never alcohol in that bloodstream whatsoever. Instead of numbers, it's X's in Pete's, and that's just how strong the alcohol is as it goes in through his code of his DNA.
The gunfights, they're fine. They do, again, those bore me, but the hand-to-hand combat, the ridiculousness of it, the superhero-ness of it was a great joy to watch.
These gunfights are stylized, though.
And they're very stylized.
It'd be way different if it's just I stand behind here and shoot, and you stand behind there and shoot.
Right.
While they do that once in a while, there's so much more going on, and even it turns into what turns into a genre even after this is gun fu, where the guns are now an extension as if they were a sword. You get into movies like X versus Sever, Equilibrium,
The Hitman,
and the Hitman movies, Eon Flux, those type of
Guns Akimbo,
Ultraviolet, those type of movies really start getting into the gun fu, and that's basically what the Matrix kind of started. I'm sure there was some before, again, very anime heavy. I mean, that's the Matrix has a lot of anime influence into it. But visually, the fights and everything, and it's still got that perfect amount of practical to it. Like, things are blowing up around them. Columns are being shot to death. Squibs. My favorite little trivia I found, there is pages of trivia.
I'm sure, yeah.
I scratched the surface. This is why it's like, I'm not going to tell our listeners anything new they may not know, except maybe one or two things, because I don't know how many documentaries there are out there, but they're out there. There's almost a new documentary every time a new movie comes out for it. But my favorite little bit of trivia was the battle where they're going down what looked like the subway tunnel thing, but it had all the tile columns, and it's where he's running through the columns and they're shooting it and everything's blowing up, and he does a cartwheel and then he does a flip.
That was so cool.
All that is so cool. And then, they kill everyone, and him and Trinity, they pick up the bag, they walk into the elevator. The camera turns to show the destruction, and one of the columns, 2 tiles just fall. Not planned. But it happened as we were filming it, and it just felt like right. And it does.
Happy accident.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I adore it, because otherwise you're just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, everything's falling apart. Cool. To know that it's just like, boom, and they're just like, that was cool, right? We're keeping it? Yeah, keeping it.
It's like Matt Lillard getting hit in the head with a phone.
Yeah.
How you dick?
You would be surprised in movies how much shit actually happens, and they roll with it.
Django Unchained. Leo.
Yes.
Leo actually cut his hand.
Badly too, I thought.
Yeah. And after Quentin said cut, everybody on set that day gave him a round of applause. Like, stood up and was like, "You the man, Leo."
Because he just cut himself.
Yeah. But it's like, Thomas Jane actually stabbed Kevin Nash with the knife in Punisher.
Oh, fuck.
And Kevin Nash didn't respond. Like, he just kept and the look of fear on the Punisher's face in that scene is actually Thomas Jane's fear in his face of, I just fucking stabbed him, and he didn't flinch. Did not flinch. And it was an accident. He was fine with it. Ving Rhames in the zombie movie they did where they're in the mall. Anna, help me. You know these things.
Dead? No.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead's in the mall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the remake,
it was the remake. Yeah.
The remake with Ving Rhames, he gets hurt in the movie, which was fake, and they had the girl stitching him up, and they had the prosthetic, so she was just supposed to stitch the prosthetic. She accidentally stitched all the way through the prosthetic into him, and they kept going, so the blood you see coming down is his blood
Oh,
because she's stitching his arm.
damn.
So yeah, there's some cool shit to learn when you start. Like,
butt is
oh,
buckling.
is he still alive? Yeah. Did you get it? Yeah. It's going in the movie.
Hell yeah.
I want to hear more from Anna, though.
About what?
It's a lot to process. This movie is a lot to process. And since you've this kind of your first time watching it, because it's been so long for you.
I wish I'd had time to watch it a second time.
Yeah, it's long.
That would have made it,
I think the struggle I'm running into, aside from not having the guy that picked the movie, for a reason, is this movie requires a month of prep to talk about it.
That's
seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have watched documentaries. But then the other part of me is like, anyone can go watch the documentaries. Why do I need to do your homework? It's
right. That's fair. Yeah.
I don't want to work that hard.
I can answer any question. Type it in Google and I can get the answer to it. How do you get those kill counts every week, Charlie? Google.
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. So we've got where Neo we've talked, we're kind of all over the place, but we can get more into like the actual culmination at the end. They've met someone called the Oracle, which, as we learn later,
nice lady,
they are original programs, is who all of these older people we run into, because part 2 you meet even more. There's like the Keymaster and the Oracle pops back up. Then you got the 2 like people that are horny all the fucking time in the restaurant. I can't remember their names, but you find out their program. So you find out now that you don't find it out now, but now the Oracle just knows shit because it's that old. And that everyone gets a little piece of the story, and it all's supposed to intertwine, and you hear what you only needed to hear. So Neo hears he's not the one, which is what he needed to hear, because if you tell someone you're the hero, you're not going to earn that hero's journey, which is what he gets at the end. By telling him he's not the hero, but he chooses to save Morpheus, he chooses to stay behind and fight Agent Smith, that makes him the hero, which makes Trinity's Oracle thing true, because I can only love the one, and I love you, sexy guy, who is pretty much the only pick I had out of this entire ship. So
that was a little twist I wasn't expecting, really. And I obviously didn't remember. So yeah, when she said that, I was like, but I mean, it's anybody could fall in love with Keanu Reeves in 99. I mean, look at that face.
I fell in love with Keanu Reeves.
I know, right? It's heartthrob.
I got no problem with it. Not that I'm saying Joey Pants is an ugly man, but he just wasn't doing it. He's no Keanu. Keanu, they got that bald, slimy motherfucker on that ship, and Joey Pants is going, fuck. even looking like that, I can't compete with this. I just can't. And that's really what made him turn. It's the hotness of Neo that made him.
Can't blame him.
I can't. I really can't. And so we get to the end of the movie. Obviously it has to come down between Neo and the agents, which I do like that as the movie goes, the other agents start getting pissed off at Smith, and they're subtle about it. But like when he takes the earbud out when he's torturing Morpheus and talking to him and fucking rubbing his sweat and shoving it up his nose.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, ew. I don't like it. I sweat, but don't do that. But they're like, something's wrong with it. Like, they're really looking at him like there's something wrong with this program.
Yes.
And we got to start figuring this out. And it's true. There's something wrong with Smith's program. He's more sentient than the others, I feel like. He has his own goal, which he says is to get out. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of doing this. And it's like the other two are still like connected.
They're still towing the line.
Yeah, they're still towing it. But yeah, you get the big showdown, a lot of running around, a lot of shooting, bullet time. But this ending of I love you had to add additional weight to the climax. It couldn't just be Neo facing off with Agent Smith. It's fine, but it's still just two guys fighting, regardless of if Neo got the power or what. You had to have the Sentinels attacking the Ahab. Or not the Ahab, it's Nebuchadnezzar. That was the name of the ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you had to have the Sentinels attacking the Nebuchadnezzar, and their only weapon is an EMP that if they use it, it kills Neo because he's still connected to the Matrix. And they've already shown once you lose that connection, you're dead.
Mhm.
So now you have almost like a countdown of you're watching the Sentinels break their way into it. And now Neo is having to fight Agent Smith at the same time. And it all comes down to Agent Smith finally shoots him. And just sitting in a theater, you're just like,
oh shit.
Shit.
Yeah, when he ran
Just
into the
killed Neo.
room, yeah, he's like, "Oh, he made it," and then he's in there waiting for him, and I was like, "Well, fuck, how's he gonna come back from this?"
Like straight to the stomach, shoots him again. That blood spray on the wall, he falls down. You're just like, oh, fuck. And they still don't EMP the Sentinels. And that's when we get, Trinity finally telling, what the Oracle told her. Yeah, and she's speaking through Neo's body into Neo's mind, however that works, because he's the one, that's why.
It's
and
magic.
he comes back and that's the hero moment. That's the rebirth.
He's resurrected is what it
he's
is.
resurrected. I was trying not to, Pete. God damn it.
It is what it is.
It is. He arose after, instead of 3 days, it was 3 minutes.
Sure.
So zombie Neo is back to life, and now he has to fight the agents. But now he knows. Now he's like, I'm definitely different now, and I can feel it. Like he sees the Matrix.
He sees the Matrix as it is. He sees the programming all around him, and clearly he is one with the Matrix, I guess, because he's able to manipulate his entire environment.
Yeah, so he controls the time, which is why it's not. I take it so much as it's not that he's fast. It's just he controls how quick things are happening. So when he's blocking all of Agent Smith's attacks, he puts his arm behind his back.
That flex is the best. It's
such a flex. Yeah,
I love it whenever he's not even looking at him. He's like, look, I'm covering my eyes, guys. You can't even look. I'm blocking. You're a piece of shit. I wanted to slap him, like block, slap, block, slap. But
stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
That would have been even better. He kind of does that. He jumps into Agent Smith's body, but then he basically Supermans out of him. He makes him explode. The other agents fuck off out of there. And I love the flex. I love the warp of the hallway when he just flexes his arms and the whole world moves around him. I'm like, that was a cool fucking shot.
It was and he's just beginning to learn his powers at that point.
But it's minuscule to what he should be able to do. Actually, I kind of still feel like they depowered him as the movies went.
They really did.
They did. They neutered my boy. Look what you did to my boy.
He should have been Superman in that second movie.
Because he was Superman at the end of this one, which is
damn
the
right he was.
only thing I complain about. I hate that ending shot. I love that he's in the middle of everyone. He's doing the voiceover, talking about, all the people around him and the blah, 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 blah. He puts on them sunglasses. I hate flying Neo. I hate it.
I get it. Didn't need it.
Yeah.
He did not need it. Did not need it.
The shades was enough.
Shades.
Exactly.
Turn around and have
black.
Either you do black or have either him or everyone around him real quick flash to code and then flash back. Just that do and back.
Mm-hmm.
Then go black. Flying through the air.
Nope.
To this day, I watched it again and I'm just like, I still hate that.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make a defying gravity clip for that Of him flying away.
Thank you. Do it. Get me.
Charlie says, "No,
saw an
no."
opportunity. I'm snatching it.
Get me Superman music. Get me something. I don't care. But
Make some variations.
Go nuts. Doesn't bother me at all, because that is one of my only few complaints about this. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to sit here and admit I did not do this movie justice. I don't want to talk 3 hours about The Matrix.
You can't do it justice without touching on everything, and that's no one wants to listen to that.
No.
I don't want to do that much work.
I feel like the kid who ate the glue. I'm like, what is going on? I'm on track now, but going in,
Right.
I gotta say, yeah.
So no, any other questions you've got that weren't answered as you watched it? That's
No, I think
where
I've got the gist now. Yeah.
So
You've got the base
what
layer,
Yeah.
and then if you decide to watch it again, you can build on top of that.
Right. I'll have a better understanding.
This is definitely one that I'm like, this deserves multiple watchings.
But
like,
it deserves multiple watchings. This is not a background show.
oh God, no, it's not a background movie. I can't do that with this one.
Like all the Batman cartoons. Oh, just put that in the background. I'll make dinner all day long. But this is a sit down movie. This is a put your phone down.
But
watch this movie.
it also, even if you try to background it, and I'm sure there's someone out there that'd be like, I do it all the time. This is a movie that even if I tried to, I would catch myself watching it, and then I wouldn't do anything. I'd be watching the movie because I got sucked into.
Just pull you in. Mhm.
Yeah, it just sucked me into the Matrix, which is what happened.
Ah,
see what
All
you
right.
did there.
Let's do the things.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
I will petition Parker to dissect the Matrix if he hasn't yet.
Oh,
And
God.
he can do the
Dude,
That's gonna be
5-hour
a
episode.
harder for that show.
That'd be like 6
That's a whole
hours
month.
long.
That's a month on one movie. Parker, you heard me. All right, go do it.
The gauntlet has been thrown down. We challenge you, Parker.
I don't think I'm allowed to pick movies for a while. I somehow got them to cover No Holds Barred. So yeah.
Hey, Alligator 2 is a poot. That movie's bad.
That was it's a good episode though.
It's a good episode, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not listening to Dissect That Film, y'all need
Go
to
listen to
listen to
Dissect
Dissect That Film. All right, body count. I don't know if I believe this even after watching it again today, but I also kind of like, maybe it is. It's 37. But I'm like, I feel like a lot more people die in this. A lot of innocent people die in this.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it's named characters, like 90% of the crew die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, all of them, you know, Mouse.
Minus
Sniper,
3, they all die.
Yeah, so the only one, minus 4.
4, because Tank's still alive.
Tank is still alive. He's
Tank,
only
Neo,
hurt.
Trinity, and Mulder. Wait, Morpheus.
Mulder.
Sorry.
Neo. Do you believe in aliens, Neo? I believe you, Neo. That's exactly what that is. So yeah, 37. Take it if you want. That's what I found, and that was multiple places that listed it.
Okay.
Someone tried to count killing the Sentinels, and I'm like, no.
No, they're just machines.
Like to me, it's a gray area of killing the agents
I was
in each
just
body.
thinking that. I was like, do we even count the agents then? Because they're technically AI.
I think it's because they're inhabiting a body that is technically connected to a person.
True.
Okay, yeah.
Again, that's the loophole. Is that person actually alive? And would they rather be dead than a battery? Like, do these people have a soul? Or is it just a program? There is so much. I could do a podcast on The Matrix.
Dude, tell me there isn't one.
The one movie I could do, not one episode, I could do a podcast show on just this movie and not the other ones. because then I have to talk about Jada Smith, and I don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to do that. All right, let's pick our favorite.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
This is also weird because we either have to pick innocent people that get blown away or our heroes that die in some of the coldest fucking ways imaginable. So, Anna, let's start with you. What's your favorite kill in The Matrix?
I think it's more of like a scene, really, because even though the deaths of the crew, I mean, they were just, like you said, really cold and kind of just really quick. Like they were just gone, and we didn't have any time to prepare or mourn or anything like that. When Neo and Trinity show up to the building where Morpheus is at, and they walk in, and where you're talking about the scene with the thing falling, that whole scene is so fucking epic. Like that's when it kicks off everything in the back half of the movie. And just the shots in that too, like the one you mentioned earlier with Neo running with his guns and the rubble blowing up, that was cool. Like Trinity doing cartwheels and picking guns up that was the soldiers and then killing other people. It was just so well choreographed. And my eyes were just glued to the scene. And if they were innocents that died, sorry about you. That was a really badass whole sequence.
We'll just say agents could only jump into people that were bad.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
We fixed it, which means that poor homeless guy was really bad. He was something that we don't want to talk about on the show.
He's running from the law, and he's in hiding, and that's why he's homeless.
He dealing heroin.
He murdered 1,000 people. We don't know. All right, Pete, what's your favorite kill in The Matrix?
I think my favorite gun is Mouse's gun.
Oh, he's got the
what are those things?
I don't know. It's
don't even know if they're real
guns / grenade launcher.
Yeah.
But they're rings that
he puts his hands in the middle of the rings and just lays waste. That's my favorite gun, but that's not my favorite kill. My favorite kill is a heartbreaker. It almost made me cry when APOC is killed. The needle is pulled out of his skull. He and Switch were partners.
They were close.
It felt like partners or brother and sister. I don't know.
I kind of lean towards brother and sister. Knowing what we know.
But then you see Trinity talking to Cypher, and you can kind of hear Switch can kind of hear what was going on, and she just looks back at Trinity. She goes, "Not like this."
Yeah.
She didn't want to die she wanted to die on a hill with a gun mowing down people. She wanted to die a Viking's death, and she was removed from the Matrix and just died instantly.
She got unplugged.
It was it broke my fucking heart. That's one of those, you see that every once in a while in deaths in Hollywood where you don't die the way you feel like you should. And that's that.
Yeah. Like in RRR a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah. You want that warrior's death. And sometimes you don't always get it.
Sometimes you don't get revenge. That privilege.
Well, you get the revenge too. I mean, there's multiple ways to, decipher that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to, I guess, thankfully you guys are doing this. I'm going to go 2 ways like you guys did. My favorite gun / scene is obviously the minigun. And shooting so agents all over the place. But if you look at it, you're kind of like, okay, he has to strafe across, go up real high, come back down to go over top of Morpheus and go back across. And then when he goes back, he has to go back up high, come back down, because he's just making this big bump to not hit Morpheus, who's in the middle of the fucking room. Agent Smith should have hid behind Morpheus the whole time.
Right.
I don't know why. But my favorite kill, flat out, is when Neo's fighting the agent on the roof. He has done the whole bullet dodging. He can finally move like the agents, and that agent gets the drop on him because he, clips him in the arm and the leg.
Oh, yes.
And he's getting ready to shoot him. And then all of a sudden, Trinity's right beside him and goes, "Dodge this."
Yeah.
Point blank, blows it. Even though we know the agent technically doesn't die, it's that cinematic of that body just falling, her in that perfect badass pose holding the gun. And she gets a badass one-liner. Dodge this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I may not be attracted to her physically, but I'm attracted to her as far as that goes. She is a badass. I will take it. But yeah, I put miniguns and other guns in a movie, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. So, all right, let's rate this bad boy. That was what Agent Smith felt like the entire time. Neo was just
no kidding.
Dodging it with one hand.
Yeah. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. I still would have wanted to see that, Pete. I like that. I think he should have got inside and started making funny faces at the other agents, doing a little dance, and then exploded. That would have been funny. All right. Let's see. Anna, going to start with you again. Ladies first. Kind of a first watch for you. What are you ranking The Matrix?
I'm going to give it a 6.5. And that's just from like a pretty much a first time watch.
Wow.
Viewing. I feel like I could watch it again and get more out of it, especially now that we've talked and I have a little bit better understanding. But I just did not have the time to watch it twice. And I'm kind of regretting that because I too feel like I didn't really do it justice. But I also thought back to like when I was younger, I just felt like it was too complicated for me to understand. And it is one of those movies you really, really have to pay attention to. And sometimes that can be kind of hard for me. But as far as the action and all that goes, man, you can't get any better than it. And especially the choreography, like when him and Lawrence Fishburne he's teaching him martial arts or fighting with him, you know, as he's learning and stuff. Like that was really them. Like they didn't use stunt doubles. That was really them doing that. And I was fucking impressed, like super impressed that I could, like there was very few shots I feel like where you saw the backs of their heads unless they were running. You know, like we saw full face that no, they really did this, which I love to see anyway. So yeah, it was fun. It was one I could definitely go back and feel like I could get more out of, you know, another watch or 2 or 3. But for this go around, 6.5.
Okay. Knee-jerk reaction, I want to be upset, but I think you're 100% correct. You know, this is not quite assimilating all of it because there's a lot to take in.
I typically don't like go for sci-fi movies like this anyways, unless it's got some kind of horror involved. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Then it's more of my wheelhouse, but yeah.
And I mean, this movie, honestly, it got deep. And this was also, I mean, in 99, a movie that went over 2 hours was usually considered like one of the epic movies, you know, like Braveheart or, you know, The Patriot or stuff like that. Like to get an action movie that broke the 2 hour mark is a lot. But to me, though, this movie still doesn't feel like it's over 2 hours long. I think like 2 hours,
2:15,
36 minutes, something like that.
No, it's 2:15.
Exactly. Was it 2:15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Pete, what are you ranking The Matrix?
It's either a 9.5 or a 10. I don't, man. This is a must see. It influenced so many movies after it. It's still being referenced today. I'm going to give it a 9.5 because it's over 2 hours long. That's the only reason. Yeah,
that's fair.
Go watch it.
Pete pretty much has taken the words out of my mouth. I've been, after watching it, you know, normally someone would have said, I've been like, oh, it's a perfect movie. I'm at a 9.5. I really am. I don't know exactly what I would do to get it to a 10. Yes, I'm harping on the fucking Superman scene at the end, and I guess fine, I'll ding it a half point for that. I don't mind the length of it. It's perfect for what it is. And I'll say that. And for what it did for the industry, it's a perfect movie. But as far as me, it's a 9.5, which is still phenomenal. I love it. I don't know how many times I've watched this movie. I've watched it countless times. I have watched the sequels more than a handful of times because I keep trying to figure it out. Like, why don't I like part 3 has one of my favorite segments in the entire franchise. The mech suit fight with the Sentinels in part 3.
I've never seen part 3.
They have mech suits in Zion, and all the Sentinels are trying to swarm Zion through all the tunnels that we find out are, the sewer systems of the old world. And they are holding them back with these Gatling gun on the arms mechs. And they literally have the younger guys, you got these older dudes in the mechs. And instead of being infinite bullets, these younger guys are running wheelbarrows of ammo and loading the back of the mechs as they're holding it back. So you're watching bullets run down. It comes down to one guy left. Go on YouTube and just look up this scene.
Okay.
The attack on Zion in the third Matrix movie. I adore this one scene. It's my favorite Matrix moment in a fucking horrible movie. I can't. I am sorry. I want to like all of the Matrix and I don't. But
it sounds like the scorpions they ride in the Clash of Titans remake. Like that,
oh my god,
that was so badass, and that movie sucks so bad.
I wanted to like you threw my fucking owl off to the side of the fucking room. Okay, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Okay, I love that little bastard. I can't think of its name right now.
It's Owly.
It's Owly instead of
Eagly.
Eagly.
Eagly's younger cousin.
Oh.
It was all mechanical from the original Harryhausen. It made the sounds. It could fly. And I love that they at least did the Easter egg and they're in the armory getting their weapons and somebody picks it up. And they're like, oh, that old thing, we don't need it. And they fucking throw it. And I'm just like, fuck you. Don't disrespect him like that.
So.
All right. Well, even though we are missing our other co-host, I could not let this go without this.
I'm the trash man.
Oh, damn it.
I throw trash all over the ring. And then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
Pete thought he was safe.
Pete
did. Thought he was getting away. No Nate, which means no trash. And we got it. Nope. I was like, I got to do it because this movie is so highly regarded. It took me a little while to find a bad one. It really did. I found one though that made me chuckle because some people were just like, this movie's bad. I don't like it. I'm like, no one cares.
Review.
That's not a review. This one I like. This guy gave it 2 out of 10. Somewhere up there, Ed Wood is smiling.
Okay.
This is done by the Second Coming of Oz. 1959 saw one of cinema's greatest achievements, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Widely regarded as the worst film of all time, it featured a plot unrivaled in absurdity. Then came The Matrix. Apparently, robots or space zombies or some variety of scary CGI monsters have enslaved humanity and are harvesting them for energy. To keep their living batteries entertained, the robo-zombies or space alligators, it doesn't really matter, have created a giant computer game called The Matrix. With a devil-may-care disregard for the first law of thermodynamics, this game runs on the energy of the people it stimulates. But some of these people break out of the computer game and live in a rusty metal bucket and eat gruel. Being heroes, they plan to overthrow their demon squid robot overlords and free humanity, so they can all live in rusty metal buckets and eat gruel. There are some philosophical pretensions and religious references in there, but these are too simplistic and crass to worth going any deeper into. Keanu Reeves gives a very believable performance of bad acting, while the rest of the cast mince around in sunglasses and trench coats, delivering dialogue which serves no other purpose than carrying the plot. The first 15 minutes of this movie are quite watchable, which is why I'm giving this a generous 2 out of 10. I love this review for some damn reason.
Follow this guy because that was eloquent and hilarious.
Yeah.
He did this in
Even though I disagree with him, I can respect his writing.
I love how space alligators or space zombies,
It
and
doesn't
we
matter.
It's
live in a
something.
rusty bucket. And
Something
I'm
in
like,
space.
honestly, nothing he said is wrong.
Nope. That's why it's so funny.
That's a good critical review. Okay. The whole episode was worth it just for that right there.
You should have read that at the beginning. Episode done.
I should have started there. I should have got him as a guest on, see if he's still writing reviews. I wish there was that option where you could
reach out to the
critic and be like, I want to see more of what this guy's talking about.
Right.
I think you can do that on Letterboxd, which I think is why
can.
Letterboxd is taking
Okay.
off so much better.
It shows.
I still got to do it.
You could probably Google him, Charlie.
Oh, shit. I didn't know I could Google anything. Is that how this world works?
Pete coming in clutch.
Damn Matrix. I done got matrixed. All right. Next week. It's another it's another big one. And I don't mean just a big one as far as the movie we're covering. I'm talking it's a big one for the podcast. We're doing our 200th episode, which makes the Matrix was 199. Matrix was our 199th episode. Maybe there's some binary that makes that important. I don't know. But next week, we are covering Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, we are.
It is, and yeah, some of y'all are going to be like, wait, that's action. Or isn't it horror week? No, it is a blending of action and horror. It is a horror director doing an action movie with horror elements with action movie shit happening. It's awesome.
And Kurt Russell.
And Kurt Russell. Love me some Kurt Russell, man.
Me too.
Absolutely. Some Kim Cattrall. She is a babe. I mean, it's totally fine. In the 80s, Kim Cattrall could do no wrong. All right. That period done. Double stamp.
Hey, I grew up with Sex in the City, man. I loved her character on that show.
I loved her in Porky's. She was great.
Oh,
forever
Porky's,
to realize who she
was Dalmatian, I think.
In Sex in the City.
Yes, Samantha, she is that character. Like she
I watched like 2 or 3 of that, and I would be like, because I knew like Sarah Jessica Parker, she was the one everyone talked about.
Well, sure.
But I was like looking at all, like I never knew who the brunette one was, but I kept always looking at now that I know it's Kim Cattrall, I kept going, man, that's the familiar one. Who do I fucking know that from? Google. And it was, I don't know at the time it was out that Google was going on, but I figured out that it was Kim Cattrall. And I was like, that's how I fucking know her. I like Kim Cattrall. It's totally fun.
She's good.
So yeah, next week, 200th episode. Yes! We should be able to get Nate unplugged from the Matrix for that episode.
I still need to run my microwave. I'm still getting.
I can get it. I can get you some jumper cables. You can run it, off of the car or out front. Then you get Nate for an hour or two.
Okay.
Plug him back in when you're done.
Plug him back in. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't need his muscles. He doesn't need his eyeballs.
What muscles?
Again, do you see how long it took him to rehabilitate Neo? How are they going to do that to billions of people out in the field? That's what I'm saying. I think it's a mass eradication. I mean, the Matrix is just about Armageddon. Damn. Is the Matrix about Armageddon?
No, Armageddon's about Armageddon. That's another one we should cover.
No.
Yes.
I'm calling PTO that day.
Okay, that's fine.
There is a asteroid coming.
There is an asteroid coming.
I'm hoping for impact.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Fuck this planet.
Fuck it. I'm out.
I'm out.
It's kind of weird not having Nate just going on a rant about what country he hates or
yeah, we haven't pissed off any countries today.
Yeah, what actor is he pissed off about or anything like that? I will say though, Anna had to eat crow. She loves Billy Zane now. Bye.